Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. If you're new, I'm Rebecca. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to be making a kitchen staple of homemade cream of mushroom soup. This is a rich and creamy and savory soup that's great for a comfy meal, or it works wonderfully as an addition to other recipes and casserole dishes. So with just a few ingredients, you're able to make this great kitchen staple. So let's head to the kitchen so we can make this homemade cream of mushroom soup. So for making this homemade cream of mushroom soup, I like to do this in a Dutch oven, and I'll turn that up to a medium-high heat. Then to that Dutch oven, we'll add 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter and 1 to 2 tablespoons of, I like to use avocado oil. You could also use olive oil. We're going to let that butter melt with the oil. So now that the butter has melted, we have a nice base here of butter and oil. Now we're going to add about 8 cups of sliced, I like to use baby bella mushrooms, but you can use whatever mushrooms you would like. We'll also add 2 cups of chopped onion, which would be about 1 large onion. To all of this, I'll add 1 teaspoon of salt. That'll just help these mushrooms and onions release some of that liquid. Now I know this looks like a large volume of ingredients right now, but this will all cook down quite a bit. We'll end up with probably half, if not a little less than half of the volume here once this has all cooked down. So now that I mix the salt through our mushroom and onions, what I'm going to do is cover the Dutch oven, and this will allow everything to steam and get the process going. And once everything starts to condense a bit and cook down, then I'll remove that cover so we can allow the excess liquid that will form from our mushroom and onion to cook off as well. So now we're going to let this cook for quite a bit until our mushrooms and onions have cooked down. Alright, so now these have had a chance to start steaming, and they've already cooked down to about half. So now I'm going to remove the lid and give everything a nice stir. And now we're going to allow these to continue to cook down so that liquid can evaporate and cook off as well. Now we'll let these continue to cook for a bit. This has taken about 10 minutes to get to this point. Alright, so now this is taking about another 20 minutes to get to this point, and a majority of that liquid has cooked off. And we're to about 1/4 of the volume that we had when we started. So now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, which would be about 2 cloves of garlic that's minced up. To that we'll add 1 cup of a nice dry white wine. Sauvignon Blanc works really well for this. We'll mix that wine and garlic through, and we'll allow this to cook a bit so that some of that wine can reduce and evaporate a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to make a cornstarch slurry. So in a bowl I have 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and to that I will add 1 cup of half and half. Then I'm going to take a mini whisk and whisk that cornstarch into our half and half. And this will be a cornstarch slurry that we'll add to this once the wine has a chance to reduce a bit. So now this white wine with the garlic has been reducing for about 5 minutes. So now we can add that cornstarch slurry that we created. And this will give it a nice creamy finish, as well as help to thicken up our homemade cream of mushroom soup. Next we'll add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire or Worcestershire sauce. This will give it some great umami flavor. We'll mix this in. And now we'll add 2 cups of a chicken stock or broth, or a vegetable stock or broth. And we'll stir this through. Now I'm just going to allow this to come up to a simmer and we'll let this cook down until it is thickened to the desired consistency that you would want. So allow this to cook up and thicken and reduce a bit. So now our cream of mushroom soup has been simmering for about 5 to 10 minutes here. Has a nice creamy finish and has reduced down a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is give a taste and see if we need to add some more seasonings. So I think I'm going to add another tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And about a half teaspoon of salt. And a little black pepper. So you can flavor at this point and season to your taste. Let's give it a stir. Give it another taste. Yep, that's what it needed. All right, so now our homemade cream of mushroom soup is finished. So let me put this into a bowl and we can talk about ways you can use your homemade cream of mushroom soup. All right, here you have it. Here is our homemade cream of mushroom soup. Now this is wonderful just as it is. You can garnish it with a little parsley or thyme, and this will make a lovely dinner or addition to a multiple course meal. Also, this makes a great addition to various casseroles and baked dishes. So I've used this with rice and chicken or pork cutlets and then baked that, and it makes a really easy and satisfying meal. This also works wonderfully for making homemade green bean casserole. And what I like to do is prepare this a day or two in advance. That way the cream of mushroom soup has a chance to thicken more in the refrigerator, and it works really great in green bean casserole. Either way, this is a lovely homemade cream of mushroom soup. If you're looking for a savory and delicious mushroom soup recipe, I hope you give this one a try. If you'd like more inspiration or ideas on kitchen staples or homemade recipes, be sure to check out my recipes in the kitchen playlist on the topic. And if you're new to the channel or haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button below and continue to watch my channel, The Home and Homestead, for some more homemade, homegrown, and home-style inspiration. And I surely hope you're having a wonderful day. See you next time. Take care.